By now, I'm sure you've already heard about Donald Trump's second rally at Butler, Pennsylvania. He returned to the scene where he was shot at just a few months ago, and this was a very bizarre, very divisive rally. But I don't want to talk about that today because I want to speak about the stuff that the media refuses to cover around these rallies. Because not only do they sanitize him when they cover him, but they refuse to show you what's going on around him at these rallies and what's going on before. What kind of people are there? Or what are they doing around there? What are they saying? What is this movement all about? So today I'm going to dive in and I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly of it's just the bad and the ugly of this event, which I could best describe it as, I don't know, like Burning Man, but for people who worship a cognitive declining billionaire. I'll let you be the judge of that. My name is Brett Meiselas here with the MeidasTouch Network. We're on our way to 3.5 million subscribers. Hit subscribe, help us get there. Okay, let's dive right in. I'm going to show you some of these images of folks who were at this event, like this guy right here who had a picture of Donald Trump on his shirt with the slogan, Daddy's Home. That's right, they call him Daddy at this event, apparently. Very strange stuff. They also had these Trump statues throughout the rally. They built these statues of Trump. Like you see this one right here, you see the people with their red hats, and you see the Donald Trump statue raising his fist at the rally between all the flags. Definitely not a cult. Sorry, I say that sarcastically, obviously. Here's another Trump statue. This one is made up of nails. I don't know how they did this. Impressive work. Okay. This next one, this is Mickey Larson Olsen, who we're looking at right now. Mickey Larson Olsen, her thing is she dresses up as Captain America, and she basically follows Trump from rally to rally. And she was a January 6th prisoner. She served time in jail for her role in the January 6th insurrection. And if you remember our take on the Waco, Texas Trump rally, she was there and she would like read poems about how she's going to get back at the deep state and all this bizarre stuff. But here she is at this Butler rally, decked out in her bizarre Captain America uniform. I'll say it again. Definitely not a cult. Here's another woman at the event. She's wearing a shirt that says Trump Girl, and she's pointing to it and posing. Okay, I guess he's coming to take your reproductive rights. Is that why you're pointing there? I guess so. Let's move on. Here is a cardboard cutout of Donald Trump with chiseled abs, and it looks like he has like kind of superhero regalia on his wrists and his shorts, and he's wearing a cape. And on his chest is a tattoo that says Defender of Pets. This looks like it's at a vendor stand, and they are spreading this lie once again, this heinous xenophobic lie that has been debunked a billion times, that there are Haitians eating people's pets in Springfield, Ohio. This is just so disgraceful, and these people just do not live in reality at all. You know, one of the things that you see at these rallies, especially rallies like this one in Butler, is this comparison of Donald Trump to a godlike figure. They kind of compare him to God. They hoist him up as this Jesus-like figure. It's all this kind of Christian nationalist imagery, and it's kind of very blasphemous, if I had to say so myself. But I'll show you a few examples of this now. So here's an image of Trump wearing a crown of bullets, along with the phrase MAGA Kingdom, and then it says it was God alone. At the Butler rally. Oh, and you could enter to win a Desert Eagle if you want, apparently, with a QR code on there. But here you start to see, that sort of, Trump as a godlike figure being introduced around this rally. And it's a big theme that you see. So here is the Trump Jesus trailer that they had, and you see the photo there of Trump from the assassination attempt in Butler raising his fist, and they show Jesus Christ in front of him, if you see Jesus, and it's right under the Trump Vance for President truck that they have out there. Definitely not a cult. I'm sensing a theme with this with this hot take, you guys. Let's move on to some other stuff. Maybe we'll come back to that stuff. But this is a guy who is wearing a Trump tough guy shirt. I guess he ignores the fact that Trump is too chicken to debate Kamala Harris a second time. He's also got fake Trump hair. It's very weird stuff. Like this next guy who he's like in costume as Trump who got shot, I guess. He's wearing a bandage or like a tampon or a piece of toilet paper or something along his ear, and he's got fake blood on his hand, and he's holding up his hand to show the fake blood, and he's wearing a tie that says R.I.P. Corey, who is the firefighter who got shot at the last event. And, one of the things that I always think when they say, that it was God who saved Trump that day and things like that, it's just like, okay, so you're saying that he wanted that guy killed? I think that's honestly kind of offensive to his life and to his family, but they don't seem to see it that way. Okay, let's get back to the religion stuff that I was speaking about. So before the rally, you saw the cultists line up and they were literally carrying a cross into this rally. So yeah, a little heavy-handed, if you ask me. It's not just me like making a comparison here. They are directly doing this at these events. Like this guy right here that you see, let's pull up this photo. It's a guy wearing an Arrest Fauci shirt, and he painted a photo apparently of Donald Trump praying. And this is probably, I would say, the closest that Donald Trump has ever actually gotten to this pose. I would say it was in this fictional work of art that this guy from Pennsylvania made. All very strange stuff. Here is a woman wearing a shirt with a photo of Donald Trump on it from the previous assassination attempt that took place in Butler, Pennsylvania, and the shirt says "Fight, fight, fight," which is what Donald Trump screamed out. Additionally, she is wearing a torn flag on her legs. It's one of the things they do. Also, they take the flag, they put Donald Trump's face on it, they tear it up for their own purposes. Not exactly the right thing to do. One of the things they do at all of these events, also, if you've been following our coverage of the pre-shows that they sort of have, they have speakers come on and kind of hype up Donald Trump, and it's one stranger than the next. Like they had Steve Witkoff, who's a real estate developer. He's also a very good friend of Donald Trump's, and he came on stage, and I don't know if this was a slip of the tongue or not, but he said that Donald Trump at the last event when he got shot at, he said he actually died. He said he actually lost his life on the stage. Not making this up. Here's the clip.
That's the kind of leader he is. The kind we need more than now than ever. The kind who came here today, even though he lost his own life on this very stage, but he was not going to be deterred.
Like I said, I don't know if that was a slip of the tongue or if he's also playing into this kind of Jesus-like resurrection persona to the crowd of cultists who are kind of buying into that framework of speaking. Here's Eric Trump, who just spreads a multitude of lies in like 3 sentences. He says that Democrats were the people who tried to kill him. Actually, no, it was a registered Republican who is apparently known as being very conservative, according to his friends in his classes, and had voted in the Republican primary. Also, his family's home apparently had Donald Trump for president flags or signs or whatever in the front yard. So no, not the Democrat, not the Democratic Party. And Eric Trump also used this as an opportunity to spread more lies about the disaster response by FEMA. Just disgusting stuff. Watch this.
And it has not worked. And then, guys, they tried to kill him. They tried to kill him. And it's because the Democratic Party, they can't do anything right. They can't do anything right. You see it this week in the FEMA response in North Carolina, and in Georgia, and in South Carolina, and in Florida.
Then they brought this guy, Scott Pressler, who, in a whole host of peculiar individuals in this MAGA movement, somehow ranks at the top of one of the weirdest. And he was on stage. His big message to the people of Butler, Pennsylvania at this rally is that Donald Trump will protect your raw milk. Okay?
To our beautiful Amish and Lancaster and across the state, we will protect your raw milk, your dairy, your farming, your school choice, your religious freedom, your ability to afford to have 10 beautiful children per family.
The Trump campaign, of course, is a family affair. So Laura Trump, who was also the head of the RNC for some odd reason, threatens people who are cheating in our elections, and it says that they will prosecute you. Yeah, actually, there was this MAGA election official, I'll say, Tina Peters, who actually just got sentenced to prison. So if you're looking for your voter fraud or you're cheating in elections, just look in the mirror, Lara Trump. And I want you to take a specific notice of a phrase she uses here. She says, if you are, quote, an illegal citizen voting in our election, we will track you down and prosecute you. An illegal citizen. What is an illegal citizen? And I want you to remember, in recent days, recent weeks, Donald Trump has called the legal migrants who are in Springfield, Ohio, illegal. And so it just goes to show you that anybody who does not pass their test or is not sufficiently loyal to Donald Trump, they will brand you as illegal and try to kick you out of the country. It's really sick stuff. Here's Lara Trump.
So our message is very clear. If you are a person who is considering cheating in our elections, we will find you, we will track you down, and we will prosecute you to the full extent of the law. And if you're an illegal citizen voting in our election, we'll track you down and prosecute you to the full extent of the law, and you're leaving this country. How's that sound? Don't do it. It's not worth it.
And Eric Trump comes on stage, and Eric Trump is Lara Trump's husband, and says a weird comment like, I got to go to bed every night and wake up every morning listening to voter integrity. Just a weird family. Watch this.
Make America great again. But she's doing a hell of a job as the RNC co-chair. You know, I get to go to bed every single night and wake up every single morning listening about voter integrity. It's really great. I'm really, really excited for November 6th when Laura can turn over in the morning and not talk about voter integrity.
Then J.D. Vance came on stage, and he just put on this incredibly phony persona, and he was like, guys, don't we need to get back to a time when we weren't Democrats or Republicans, but we were just Americans? And it's like, dude, like right after you said this, Donald Trump went on some of the most heinous rants, the most divisive rants against Democrats, independents, anyone who doesn't support him. So forgive me if this just doesn't ring true even a little bit, but let's listen to this.
Now, after the heartache of that day, our nation hoped to turn a page. We hoped that our opponents would remember that before we are Democrats or before we are Republicans, we are Americans. But sadly, our opponents have not heeded Abraham Lincoln's words and listened to the better angels of our nature. Even after that terrible assassination attempt that took one man's life and nearly took many others, they continue to use dangerous, inflammatory rhetoric. The media has continued to call Donald Trump, the guy who actually won his primary, a threat to democracy. A Democrat senator called Donald Trump an existential threat to our democracy. Kamala Harris said that he was attacking, quote, the foundations of our democracy. And I think you all will join me in saying to Kamala Harris, how dare you talk about threats to democracy? Donald Trump took a bullet for democracy. What the hell have you done?
It's almost sociopathic the way he lies and the way all of these people lie, quite frankly. Here is Vance once again invoking that religious imagery that I've been speaking about. He called what happened on that day in Butler originally a true miracle and said that God saved Donald Trump's life. As a reminder to what I was kind of getting at earlier, like, so he didn't save the life of the firefighter who was killed? Watch Vance.
Now, I believe, as sure as I'm standing here today, that what happened was a true miracle. And on that day, America felt the truth of Scripture. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. I truly believe that God saved President Trump's life that day. And
Oh, and while I have you, I want to show you this other just very bizarre thing that has happened in the past like 24 to 48 hours or so. So Mark Robinson, the lieutenant governor of North Carolina, who is running for governor, who was on this website called Nude Africa, apparently, where he called himself a black Nazi who wanted to bring back slavery and said he doesn't want women to vote. Well, since the latest revelations came out, Donald Trump has sort of been trying to distance himself. Donald Trump has still endorsed him. He has not removed his endorsement, but Donald Trump was in North Carolina the other day, and you would think when you have a presidential candidate in the state that the person would probably try to go to bat for the Republican running for governor of that state, right? You would think that's normally what happens in campaigns, but Donald Trump completely ignored Robinson's existence entirely. But if you take a look over to this exclusive photo that we received here at the MeidasTouch network of Mark Robinson campaigning in North Carolina at the same time Donald Trump was in North Carolina, you will notice something next to Mark Robinson. That thing you'll notice is a cardboard cutout of Donald Trump. I can't believe I'm not making this up right now, but the guy is literally traveling around with a cardboard cutout of Donald Trump because Trump won't show up to his rallies. This is MAGA, everybody. It's weird, it's cultish, it's strange, but we can't close our eyes and cover our ears to the reality of what we are dealing with, folks. Here's the reality too. There are more of us than there are of them. There are more pro-democracy folks out there than there are not. And I know it. I see it out there. It's in the data. It's all a matter of people actually showing up and saying, we don't want this crazy stuff anymore. We just want to live our lives without all this insanity. And you have the power to do that. So I'm going to use this opportunity to tell you to make sure that you're registered to vote. You could do that at vote.org. Make sure your friends and family are registered to vote. Consider, volunteering for campaigns or initiatives. Do whatever you can right now. We have about a month until Election Day, and every single day is going to be so crucial in saving our democracy. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe. We're on our way to 3.5 million subscribers here at the MeidasTouch Network. Remember to share this video with a friend, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a bit.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.